Hallå och välkomna tillbaka till Senjou no Maou. I förra avsnittet så... Jag vet inte, det hände inte jättemycket i förra avsnittet. Det var mest massa korta grejer liksom. Som vi gjorde. Vi fick inte reda på jättemycket egentligen. Men det är nog ett litet förspel här till att Maou förmodligen kommer kidnappa denna lilla unge. Vi ska se vad som händer helt enkelt. The daylight hours were very short today. The sky had already turned a shade of violet, and the streets in the eastern district would soon welcome the night. Dusk is the time of day when people are least on their guard. This might also hold true for children. Maou had prepared a mask specifically for this occasion, and disguised his voice along with his face. The child showed no suspicion. He walked over to Maou. There was absolutely no one around. The sidewalk was near the park on a lightly traveled pedestrian path. Overgrown Selkova trees, unkept by the city, gave respite from prying eyes. Due to its distance from the center of Tomonbetsu city, few people ever came here. Frågan är om jag kommer ihåg hur den här masken ser ut. Jag tror det. Eller så minns jag fel. Jag tror att det är typ en häst eller någonting, kanske. Inte för att det spelar jättestor betydelse, men jag tror att det är en häst. Kanske. That said, if someone suddenly showed up, he would abort his plan. After all, as he stood there now, Maou looked incredibly conspicuous. Det var en häst. Wow. The child showed much interest in Mao's horse mask. Maou bent to his knees and spoke. At that moment, the boy showed a bright, innocent smile. The boy's big eyes grew even bigger. Under his mask, Maou widened his eyes as if he was surprised. The boy warms easily to strangers. He hasn't learned yet to distrust others. Maou turned around and pointed to a white sedan he had parked there earlier. He tilted his little head skeptically. Surely, even a Miwa child at his age has been told not to get into a stranger's car. Maou quickly thought of something. He immediately ran toward the car. When Maou opened the door, he promptly jumped into the back seat. Maou followed the boy inside and sat beside him. Another man sits in the driver's seat. He's not Japanese. He's a foreign criminal specifically hired for this particular plan. Even if the police catch him, he'll simply be extradited. That's why these troublemaking foreigners make the perfect accomplices for a crime such as tonight's. Give him money, tell him what he needs to do, and then tell him to go back home. Preparations have already been made for him to stow away somewhere else. Because he doesn't know much Japanese, he can't leak the plan by talking too much. The chance that the driver will reveal the identity of Maou to the police is zero. The door closed. Maou continued to inspect. Jag vet inte om det är zero, men... Eller jag vet inte. Jag har inte riktigt tillräckligt mycket detaljer för det här, men... The door closed. Maou continued to inspect the surroundings carefully to confirm that there were no witnesses. The more bungling kidnappers end up getting caught because they didn't take care in this first dangerous step. One cannot underestimate the missing person search capabilities of the police. Top detective will search every nook and cranny, ask every possible eyewitness until he finds a lead. Having a witness to the crime is basically forfeiting the match from the very beginning. He absolutely must not have a single person witness what has occurred here. No pedestrians passed by. There were also no residences around here, so there was no chance that someone may have seen it through a nearby window. Men är det ingen som är ute och leker på den här lekplatsen då? Tydligen inte. Jag vet inte om det här är ett område där alla har flyttat ifrån. Det kanske det är. Maou quickly checked in every direction to make sure everything was clear.
Go.
With absolute confidence, he gave an order in English. The car quietly moved forward. The boy got up in his seat. Hörru, sätt på dig säkerhetsbältet. He put one hand on Mao's knees while pointing out the window. The boy's slender neck was right in front of Mao's eyes. Maou took out a piece of white cloth from his pants pocket. He slowly unfolded it until the cloth covered his entire right hand. There was no drug like ether or chloroform on that piece of cloth. For the first time, he called the boy by name. Maou reached out his hand. The boy could not finish his question. Maou aimed for his neck. Specifically, the left and right carotid arteries. With the speed of a spider, his thumb and middle finger pinched down. He didn't want to cause any unnecessary pain. It was only a few seconds until the boy lost consciousness. Maou had been prepared for incontinence, but the child only foamed at the mouth a bit. After wiping everything clean, the only thing remaining was a 5-year-old boy sleeping peacefully. The purpose of the cloth was to prevent any of the boy's DNA from getting underneath his fingernails. Of course, to be extra certain, he'll take a shower tonight and burn the clothes he wore today. Han kanske ska på sig handskar också. Vet inte om han har det. He didn't want to leave even a single strand of hair. Ska han förstöra bilen också då, eller? This is an absolute precaution against any potential police investigation later on. Unlikely as it is for one to occur in the first place. His was a pathological caution. But without such a caution, he'd never complete the perfect crime. He spoke to himself. Night fell. The streetlights shone into the car, helplessly streaming onto the boy's innocent face. 10 o'clock at night. For now, the boy is resting in a condemned building in the suburbs for safekeeping. It was a decrepit hospital. The locals won't go near the place. Even the homeless won't touch the building this time of the year. This knowledge is the result of thorough investigation. No matter how much the boy screams and cries, no one will come. It's a splendid building for kidnappers. Of course, to prevent him from escaping, all the locks must be secured. The door to the boy's room is made so that it cannot be opened from the inside. Inside the room are 3 blankets and plenty of food and water. There's also a heater, set at a comfortable temperature. Though he'll need better care before too long, he can be left alone for now without fear of him dying. Maou entered the next phase of his plan and headed toward the Southern District's residential area. He strolled alone through the streets of the quiet, affluent area. The goal of a kidnapper is to receive a ransom. Maou knew the basics of his plan. He was now inspecting the locale, making sure there were no holes in his strategy. On the whole, there seemed to be no problems. Feeling satisfied, he started for the nearest subway station. Staying there too long may cause people to find him suspicious. The Southern District is a well-to-do area, so there are bound to be many policemen patrolling the streets. Suddenly, a voice came from the sky. I am your god. Vänta, va? Asai-kun. Spicy. Det är riktigt spicy. Alltså de kanske inte ens försöker hålla en hemlighet att de är samma person. He instinctively looked up. It came from the top floor of a huge 3-story mansion. Leaning on the rail of her balcony, a young woman stood alone. He looked at the gate's nameplate. Shiratori. This house belonged to the owner of a local development company and the director of Jijuga Saki. Alltså är det här liksom menar att det här ska vara the big reveal? Jag vet inte, det skulle kunna vara så att de liksom inte ens försöker hålla det hemligt. Jag menar, de har lagt så mycket ledtrådar rätt i vårt ansikte nu, så de kanske inte ens försöker hålla det hemligt att de är samma person. Det kanske liksom är bekräftat. Although he couldn't see the girl's expression clearly, her tone showed transparent hostility and disdain. Maou was forced to quickly make a decision. Should he answer her? Or simply ignore her and walk away? After a moment's hesitation, Maou lowered his head and spoke. He spoke only those words and walked away. Her voice echoed in the empty streets. It would be problematic if people began to congregate. He quickly left the vicinity of the Shiratori household. Asai. With that name in his ears, Mao's heart sank into deep darkness. His head throbbed in agony. After getting off the subway and arriving at the business district, he still hadn't found his calm. It felt as though a blizzard had frozen the darkness within his heart. Unforgivable. Asai Gonzo. He pushed mother over the edge. He sought out a family deep in debt and made their life a living hell. Many times Maou has told himself, I am Samejima Toshikatsu's son. He felt the pressing desire to kill a certain someone who bore the name Asai. The pedestrians who approached Maou quickly moved out of his way, unable to meet his gaze. He remembers his father. He remembers the father whose name Samejima Toshikatsu would raise the eyebrows of anyone who heard it. Maou once swore before his father to wash away the humiliation forced on him. Maou is willing to drench his hands in blood to fulfill his oath. He will not allow anyone to stop him. Not the police, not the Yakuza, not that one hero. None of them will stand in his way. He's no longer that weak child. Now he has true power. Now he has money. The proof? No one had noticed. Still, no one knows that I am Maou. I gazed up on the night sky. The time for battle has come. I reached out for the sky. Higher and higher, 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 as if wishing to clutch and shatter the moon. The pain in my skull still hasn't subsided. It's as if I have another being inside me, a being that's trying to interfere with my movements. Nevertheless, I have ways to ease this headache. I plan my revenge. Battle, capture, win. These thoughts quickly brighten my mood. At the moment, my primary objective is to see this kidnapping through to a successful conclusion. This is a perfect plan. It's so flawless that you can call the fail-safe measure redundant. The only thing left is to boldly execute the plan without hesitation. I immediately dialed the number on the phone. It's already midnight. It wouldn't be strange for a normal family to be asleep at this time. After 3 rings, someone quietly picked up the phone. I could tell from her voice that she wasn't in her normal state of mind. Obviously, the reason for Tabaki's nervousness stemmed from the fact that her brother still hadn't come home yet. She might be crying. I just dragged an innocent family into the depths of hell. Is that not truly the role of the devil? Det enda jag gillar med det här... jag ska se vart det är. Det enda jag gillar med det här är att förmodligen så kommer vi inte få massa så här random filler-scener, för det skulle inte på riktigt passa in här. Utan det kommer nog vara ganska bite the bullet liksom. Kan jag hoppas i alla fall. As Tabaki was on the verge of a nervous breakdown, I chose the right tone before I slowly began. The boy is in my hands. If you don't want him to die, follow my instructions. Although, it's rather cliché, do not contact the police. Okay. Okay. Ugh. It's morning already. I wasn't getting anything done last night because of a splitting headache, so I went straight to bed and slept until now. Well, it was a good night's sleep. For the first time in a while, I soaked in a nice, rejuvenating bath, washed the laundry that I piled up, and did other everyday chores I hardly ever do. What a refreshing morning. All those muddied thoughts have completely disappeared. And to think Dr. Akimoto says I may have a psychological disorder. How ridiculous. Okej, jag tror mer eller mindre att det är bekräftat nu att de är samma person. I'll go to school today. Oh, Kanon, what's up? Did you come to pick me up? Yeah, sure. Sounds great. She came a half step closer. What? Maybe. Who knows? Because it seems I'll be able to cap off all the unfinished work soon. I finally made some headway into the purchase of the Eastern District properties. Wait. Huh? Wait a minute. What's headway? I made no significant progress in that regard. I've gotten close to Tsubaki. I've even met her family, but I've hit a wall. I don't know where to go from here. Then again, I've infiltrated the family at least. I guess you could call that headway. Alltså jag är extremt nyfiken på hur Tsubakis route kommer vara. Alltså rent allmänt, hur kommer... Våran huvudkaraktär är ju liksom ett jävla asshole. Liksom instabil... instabilt psykfall. Mer eller mindre. Det är väldigt, väldigt intressant ändå. Oh, sorry. I'm just not awake yet. We started walking together side by side. Are you an idiot? People would get the wrong idea. Come on, I don't think people would respond well to the idea of a brother and a sister dating. But this is Japan. Kanon kept sticking to me like glue. What? Why the long face? We've just hung out a couple of times. Huh? Still, what she says is true. I'm not really interested in her. It's not like she confessed to me or anything. Why should I worry about it? She is indeed a responsible person. Oh, come on. Everyone else just forces it on her. Wrong, sis. Someone like Tsubaki would smile even when forced to take care of someone else's responsibilities. Oh yeah, what about the thing about being on TV? When is it? I wouldn't want to miss it if I've got some time around then. Huh? Seriously? So soon? Hey, don't be such an airhead. The TV station has enough trouble as it is. So, you don't want to do it? What an innocent girl. I'll need to make more money so that she can stay innocent like this. After all, Kana was only able to get into an expensive sport like figure skating because she had money. I brushed by Shiratori in the hallway. Despite having never interacted much with Shiratori, Kana waved her hand as if they were close friends. Morning, Shiratori. How can a normal greeting suddenly turn into an icy showdown? You're really cold, you know that? Huh? Yesterday. Oh. Why is she so angry? Nothing. It's just that Shiratori hates me now. Kanon only knows that I've been helping Gonzo with work. Not even in her wildest dreams would she suspect that said work would involve kicking Tsubaki's family out of their own home. She retorted glad at Kanon. After a while, she opened her mouth to speak. She made her exit. As if the timing was deliberate, Usami suddenly emerged from the classroom. For some reason, she nods her head. Don't worry about her. We enter the classroom. H is doing the usual flirting with a bunch of girls. Kanon! A typical morning scene. Oh, she's right. It's rare to see her come in late. Wait, actually, as far as I remember, I don't think it's ever happened before. Well, Tsubaki's only human. Even she's late once in a while. I lower my head and start to think. Kanon threw up her hands and made a commotion. We are between classes. I still don't see Tsubaki anywhere. I've been wondering the same thing. Huh? Squeezing? What the hell does that even mean? Of course I am. I may be a playboy, but I've never even touched her. I swear to God, I have no idea how a human being could turn into a jackass like this kid. He's so different from Tsubaki. Then again, I probably shouldn't be talking about other people. Usami comes out slowly. She didn't call in. Indeed. I don't have her phone number. Well, alright, that's a lie. I do have it, but Eiichi would make fun of me for it. She doesn't carry a cell phone. Spit it out then. What about class? You think we should just skip? It's rare for me to come to school, so I'd like to finish the day. Are you sure you're not overreacting? Maybe she just overslept. A favor. Right. I guess she has a strong sense of obligation or something. Okay. What's with these punks? Do they just like saying the word squeezing? After getting the phone number from our teacher, I immediately call her. Oh, someone picked up. Right after the first ring, no less. I immediately notice that something's wrong. Doubt. The revolutionary etude. Perhaps they heard Tsubaki's voice through the phone. Both Eiichi and Usami became grave. I quietly said, "It's Kyosuke. What happened?" By the time she responded, her voice seemed to have loosened up. I think that's my line. Why aren't you at school? Huh? She let out an immense sigh. What's going on? You sound like you have been abducted by aliens.
吉さん、浅井さんの例えってギャグなのかそうでないのかよくわからない時がありますよね。
だよね。半滑りだよね。
Hey, stop chatting behind my back like that. What happened? I didn't have to ask. Did something happen? It's obvious that something happened. Don't play dumb, Tsubaki. When someone so well behaved with such great grades skips schools without calling in, it's obvious that something happened.
椿ってクラス委員で生
Och
徒
hon vill
会
inte
長なん
berätta om
で
det
すよね。
eftersom att då är hon rädd för att vi kommer kontakta polisen. Gissar jag på.
そうだよ。たまに
Är hon
すごい忙し
student
くして
council
る時あるから
president?
なんか真面
Jag
目
undrar
な
hur stor deras skola är. Jag skulle faktiskt vilja veta det.
なんか腹立つわ。
Tsubaki sighed again. A cold? Then why didn't you call in sick?
何話してんすかね。
気になるよね。
Hey, Tsubaki, are you hiding something? Okay. The acting is so bad, it makes me want to
あ
cry.
れっすよね。これがギャグシーンだったら聴診器みたいのを浅井さんの携帯に当てることで自分も椿の声聞けますよね。
宇佐美さんってたまに頭悪いよね。
I lower my voice. Are you really okay? Egentligen, varför tänkte hon inte på det här? Alltså det borde ju vara det första hon gör liksom så här. Okej, jag kan inte komma till skolan. Jag måste ringa och säga att jag är sjuk. Hon kommer bara få ännu mer ögon på sig liksom om hon inte gör det. So we're back to square one. I see. So I guess you don't really trust me. I said this in a nonchalant manner. We're supposed to stick together in times of crisis, right? Why aren't you telling me anything? Are we not friends? It's really quite simple. An innocent girl like Tsubaki can be easily shaken with words like trust and friendship. Please talk to me. We're close enough for that, aren't we? I can picture Tsubaki's pained and guilty look on the other end of the line. A family matter. Your explanation made no sense to me. We've discussed your family matters before, haven't we? You had no problem talking about the possibility of having to move. In other words, this new issue is many times worse than that. Ja, det är nog bara att köpa det alltså. Du är inte så viktig som du tror, kanske. Did someone in the family die? No, if that was true, she could just say it. There's no doubt that something outside the scope of my imagination has happened. Something downright out of the ordinary. What could it be, though?
そろそろ休み時間終わるよ。
I decided to wrap up the call. I need to hang up now. I'll ask one last time. Do you want my help? Tsubaki didn't answer. Even though she doesn't answer, it seems she doesn't want to hang up either. In other words, she's asking me for help. She's telling me to let it drop. Jag antar she's asking me for help. Alltså vid det här laget så tror jag nästan att vi ska fokusera 100% på hennes route. För att det börjar nog bli den routen som vi kommer komma ner på ändå. Så att jag tror vi tar she's asking me for help. I'm hanging up. At the same moment that I ended the call, the bell for class rang.
どうでした？
Valde jag fel eller vad? Vad hände?
どうだった？
I thought for a bit and said, at the very least I need to go over to her house.
要するに椿の身の回りに何かが起こっているというわけですね。
Yeah, she must be dealing with a very difficult problem.
授業はいいんすか？
Does it matter?
さすが主人公属性持ちだぜ。友達のピンチには駆けつけるってか。
わかりました。自分も行きます。本当はサボりみたいな真似はしたくないんですが。
If you don't want to miss class, don't come.
いえいえ。
Usami delightedly plays with her hair.
しかし浅井さんも普段は冷たそうにしていますが、中身はお熱い人ですね。
What are you smirking about? Let's get going. They don't understand anything. Something happened to Tabaki's family. The first thing that comes to mind is that it's somehow related to this land conflict. As one of the people with a stake in that land, I have to rush over there and grasp the situation as fast as possible. The three of us get off the platform at the Eastern District Station. Jag måste typ avsluta nu för jag måste till jobbet, men jag hoppas på att musiken skulle ändras så det skulle bli lite mer... Ja, nu är det uppenbart. Nu är det bättre tillfälle för mig att sluta. Nu känns det som jag avslutar mitt i här. Men okej. Jag måste sluta nu. End of episod 17 tror jag det var. Right? Ja. Okej, tack så mycket för att ni har tittat. Jag tror att det kommer börja verkligen heat up här. Det har väl redan typ gjort, men det är spännande. Det är spännande i alla fall. Jag vill tacka så mycket för att ni har tittat. Vi hörs nästa gång. Tills dess får ni ha det bra. Ta hand om er. Hej då.